So I guess you'll suppose where Pete is today. His wife has just had their beautiful baby daughter, so he's on leave for now. And we are amply covered by Tim Casey, another one of our talented chefs here at the hospital. And Tim, thank you for coming.
Thanks, Dave. Grilling happens to be one of my favorite things to do when I'm not working, so this is a great opportunity for me while Pete's not here.
Excellent. So this whole episode is going to be based on everything on the grill. We're going to be I'm going to show you how to cut up this whole chicken, marinate it, get it on the grill, and we're going to pair that up with a beautiful grilled pineapple salsa. And Tim?
What I'm going to be working on is some grilled vegetables. I think that grilling vegetables in the summertime is great. The charcoal brings out a lot of the natural flavors, and it just really makes things pop.
So we're using charcoal today, Tim. What are some advantages to using charcoal versus, say, a propane gas grill?
Well, the propane gas grill is obviously used for convenience, but the charcoal adds so much more flavor and makes the flavors of the food change a little bit for the better.
Right, and tell me a little bit about this starter here, this chimney that we have.
It's a chimney starter, so what you do is you take some newspaper and you put it on the underneath, and you light that after you put your coals on the top, and it just makes the coals light a lot faster, and it's very safe.
Right, and we don't get any of the aftertaste from using lighter fluid and things like that. So Tim's just going to dump the charcoal right into the center of that. All right, wonderful. So we got our grill going. We'll get the top grill right on top. Beautiful, we're ready to roll. Okay, so the first thing we're actually going to start with is the pineapple salsa. And we're going to start by cutting the pineapple. We just got to take the top and the bottom of the pineapple off and simply just run your knife down the sides, keeping the shape of the pineapple. Really getting behind the brown eyes there, so I get the knife right behind there. So we get rid of all those little hard spots. And we just keep on cleaning this all the way around. Now I'm going to simply cut this into quarters. I'm going to remove the core just by slicing down at an angle. We do this in advance so we can let all the flavors marinate together. So a lot of times we start out with the sauces before we actually cook the main dish. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start cutting these chickens. It's a little bit more difficult than really what it is. It's just a few simple cuts. And if you can see the backbone here, we're just going to cut along both sides of the backbone.
While you're doing that, Dave, I'll start on the marinade.
Excellent, excellent.
Which is basically just orange zest, lemon zest, oregano, garlic, and thyme. A little bit of apple cider vinegar, and some olive oil. Just stir to combine.
All right, I've got the backbone removed now. Now simply just have to split the chicken in half through the breastbone. Just get the knife right in there. So now we have two halves of a chicken.
I'm also going to throw in a little salt and pepper, Dave.
That would be lovely. And now in between we're going to split the leg and thigh from the breasts. Right, we can pop that right into the marinade. So you really want to have, make sure you know where the hot spots are in the grill, right, Tim?
Yeah. What I normally try to do is I try to keep all my coals in the center, put a nice mark on the food, and then move it to the outside where it's not as hot so the food won't scold.
20 minutes is probably the shortest amount of time that you want the chicken to marinate. It can be done, set up the day ahead and marinate overnight. For the longest. So you see it's only about 6 different cuts you make, and we got a big bowl of chicken all set to go. All right.
Start placing these on the grill.
Beautiful.
Skin side down. Putting it skin side down maintains the moisture and keeps the flesh from burning. Also creates that nice crispy skin that everybody loves. That seems to be the first part that people eat on their Thanksgiving turkey.
Right, and again, we're gonna just get it grill marked, right, and then move it off to the outside where it's not as hot. So, because what can happen, especially with grilling, if you have your food right in the hottest part of the grill all the time, the outside chars and burns, but the inside doesn't cook thoroughly, and that could become an issue. So yeah, the grill's kicking off enough heat so that it's actually cooking our barbecue sauce at the same time. All right, so we're gonna let that cook about 3 minutes on each side, yeah? Okay, and then move it off to the outside. Our pineapple's probably ready to come off at this point, and we'll start putting the salsa together. That's great. I got the pineapple already cut up here. The pineapple we had on the grill there. We got that nice cut up into small chunks. We got some diced red bell pepper. We have some diced green bell pepper and jalapenos for a little spiciness. A little red onion, diced fine. Some cilantro. And can't forget the garlic. So I'm gonna mix that. I also have a little bit of lemon and lime juice and a little bit of olive oil to blend all the flavors together. A little salt, a little pepper, and just mix that together. And we have a beautiful, look at the colors. They're really gonna pop out against the grilled chicken.
You wanna be sure as well when you're dealing with raw vegetables and then raw chicken, you have 2 separate sets of tongs to avoid cross-contamination.
So how much longer now should we let that chicken cook, Tim, now that we've got the grill marks on it?
After it's all moved to the side, you probably want to cover it and cook it for another 7 to 10 minutes on each side.
All right, so we just have a few more ingredients to finish off our barbecue sauce because we want to start basting the chicken now, right?
This is one of the things I do to really try to impress my friends, is make homemade barbecue sauce. It's very simple to do. There's only a few ingredients. Apple cider vinegar, ketchup, molasses, and we're gonna throw in some mace here at the last second and some allspice to give it a little bit of a kick.
So that'll give it a nice
nice island flavor.
Yeah, exactly. Spice islands. And we also have some rice vinegar too to help give it a little bit of tanginess, yeah?
Absolutely.
So mace is actually part and parcel with the nutmeg. When you get a whole nutmeg, there's actually a rind on the outside of a nutmeg nut. That's the mace. That rind is taken off and ground into mace. It's got a nice kind of aromatic flavor to it. And we're just trying to keep the chicken moving around. Again, we don't want the outside to char and burn, and we want all the juices to stay locked inside there.
While Dave is taking a few minutes to put some barbecue sauce on the other side of the chicken, I'm going to show you how to take the husk and the soak out of whole corn so we can throw this right on the grill as well. So what you do is just grab it, pull it down, and take all the soak right out. And what we do is we soak it in water while this is happening to keep the moisture in the corn so it doesn't dry out, because we don't want popcorn, we want grilled corn.
This is going to give it a nice roasted flavor. Different than just your regular steamed corn or boiled corn. Is going to give it a nice roasted, and again, all the natural hardwood charcoal that we're using is really going to give it a nice flavor. A little salt and pepper in there for seasoning.
Oil.
A little oil, yeah.
And now we're ready to go.
Excellent. We also got some asparagus that we're going to do too. So how come we chose to do the corn as opposed to the asparagus first?
The corn is going to take quite a bit longer than the asparagus. Asparagus is only going to be 3 or 4 minutes on the grill. That's what the corn is going to take quite a bit longer. With grilled asparagus, if you just take it towards the end and bend it, it'll break right where it's supposed to, so you get rid of the woody ends, which aren't very edible. Or if you like to, you can just take them and cut them at the same point. Now that we have our asparagus prepped, we're just going to lightly season it with some olive oil, salt, and pepper. If you were to choose to use herbs, I would use fresh herbs. They won't burn and they won't get stuck in the back of your throat.
All right, so that goes right on the grill, just like that. Again, separate tongs for the vegetables and the chicken. All right, looks like we got just about everything ready to go. We got a nice, beautiful chicken going. We got the barbecue sauce, a couple of layers of barbecue sauce charred onto there. The corn is, cooking nice, getting that smoky flavor in there. You can see that asparagus is only a few more minutes away. We already have our pineapple salsa over there. I think it's time to start getting the food on the plate.
All right.
You like leg or breast?
I'm a breast man.
Okay. Excellent.
Thank you.
And get you a nice ear of corn on there.
Don't forget the asparagus.
Asparagus. Should top it off there with some pineapple salsa. Personally, I prefer the legs. And that's a nice one right there. We get a nice ear of corn. Get some asparagus right on there.
Salsa for you.
Pineapple salsa. Sorry.
All right.
Beautiful colors. Excellent.
Wonderful.
There we go. That's our dish. So Tim, finally ready to eat, right?
I'm waiting for this all day.
All right, let's dig in.
The salsa looks fantastic. Look at all the bright colors that are there.
Right. The chicken, I think, is cooked just right. Is this your own personal recipe on the barbecue?
It's something that I've been trying for a series of years, and I finally got to where I wanted to be about a year ago. And that's the beauty about cooking on the grill, is that you can experiment all you want.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt to practice, does it? Chicken is juicy. You can see juice is just running right out of there. So it was cooked well. The outside's charred, the inside's nice and juicy.
Great. And I think that once you start using lump charcoal instead of gas or any kind of charcoal, you really won't go back, with the exception of maybe being in a rush and needing the convenience.
I agree. I agree.
The flavors that it gives out is just incredible.
Last but not least is this corn here. You can see it's got a nice golden color to it from roasting on the grill.
Nice crunch to it still.
Oh, that's beautiful. Beautiful steam. You got the steaming and the roasting flavor and the smoke from the grill. Can't ask for anything better.
I'd say today's been a pretty good success.
I agree.
All right, it was a pleasure working with you.
Thank you for viewing this episode of Men in Aprons. June is a time when people flock to get outdoors, so cooking on the grill is a natural match for the nice weather. Dave and Tim prepared a very nutritious and simply prepared meal of grilled chicken with freshly grilled vegetables. This plate was a great example in support of the latest USDA dietary guidelines released this past January. These guidelines encourage Americans to fill half of your plate with fruits and vegetables, which is what we did today, and pairing it with chicken was an excellent source of lean protein, as long as you remove the skin before eating it. June is Men's Health Awareness Month, so in keeping with this theme, I thought I would highlight the importance of a phytochemical called lycopene. Lycopene is what gives tomatoes, watermelon, pink grapefruit, apricots, and other red fruits and vegetables their red color. This pigment acts as an antioxidant in the body, and it helps protect against prostate cancer and also can help reduce blood LDL cholesterol, also known as the bad cholesterol. Lycopene is not produced in the body, so you can only obtain its benefits by eating foods rich in lycopene. Studies show it is better absorbed by the body when it is consumed in cooked tomato products rather than fresh tomatoes. Also, because lycopene is fat soluble, adding a little oil helps the absorption too. Fruits such as watermelon and pink grapefruit will also contribute to lycopene, so don't forget to add these to your diet as well. Hope you can try some of the recipes on our Facebook page, and you can experience how easy, simple, and delicious these meals are. Stay tuned for future Men in Aprons cooking videos, and thank you again for viewing.